Everyone, and welcome to the class. My name is Honey Denson, and I will be your instructor for this particular course. And just so you can get an idea of what I look like, this is me with my family, my husband Clark, and I have been married for 21 years. And our baby Henry is now 10 months old, and then I have two in high school. Lucy is 14 and a freshman at Siegel High School in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Joshua is 16 and a junior at Siegel High School in Murfreesboro. And then this is our son Luke. He passed away when he was 12 from AML leukemia. So, just to kind of give you an overview of this class, this is the homepage in D2L, which I'm sure all of you have been able to access, hopefully. Every week on Sunday, and sometimes in the middle of the week if I feel like I need to make a comment about something, or I sometimes will shoot or record a little extra video for something if I feel like y'all need the extra help. But I will be making course announcements right here. And so I will be actually adding the video to this welcome message right here. But it has a lot of really good information, such as where to find assignments and the due dates of everything. So in this class, everything is completely asynchronous. And so every week we will have discussions and assignments that I call reflections. I don't do tests, I don't do quizzes. This is a very different literature class than you're probably going to be used to. We're not necessarily going to be getting into the nitty gritty, technical aspects of poetry. It's going to be more about your relationship, and not just poetry, short stories, books, things like that. It's going to be your responses to them and how you see them in broader contexts, such as the social conventions of the time period in which they were written and how they can be applicable for today. So it's not your normal lit class from high school, just to give you a heads up on that. But every week we will have discussion posts. This is going to be a great opportunity for us to talk to each other because this is an online class. We don't see each other face to face. And so this is a way for us to, communicate, share ideas, exchange thoughts on different works of literature that we're going to be studying. So participation is extremely important in that. So the discussion posts are always due on Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. And then you make 2 peer replies by Sunday after that Wednesday at 11:59. All reflections assignments are due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Where you can find the assignments. So if you go down here, there is a course calendar right here. And if you click on those, actually, let me switch it to the student view so you can see it the way you see it and not the way I see it. When you click on them, it will take you to the Dropbox. So this is one of your assignments right here, and you'll be able to click on that and complete it. You can also find your assignments if you go to this content tab up here at the top. So I'll click on the syllabus in just a minute for you, but just to kind of show you, so our first unit is poetry, and I've only filled in the first week because I didn't want it to be overwhelming for you. So I'll fill in the rest of the course as the week progresses, but then it also has everything that you need to do. So you have a reading list, then this will also link you to the Dropbox where you can find your assignments. So another place you can find everything is if you can go directly to the discussion boards right here, and you can find all the, hold on, let me click on this. Oh, it's not working right now. I will fix that before the class starts. Oh, that's because it hasn't started for you yet. That's why. Sometimes I forget things look different for you than they do for me, but the link for your discussion will be live on Monday morning right there for you. Or you can also just go directly to the Dropbox, and then it will have your assignments with their due dates listed in the Dropbox folder. I will always have your gradebook. I'm not going to click on it because I can't share other student information right there, but if you click on grades, you should be able to keep up with your grades very easily there. I'm going to go back to the content section for just a little while so I can go over the syllabus. So if you click on the syllabus, You can have a copy right here. You can download it if you want to. It's got some little tabs right here so you can skip through it. I'm not going to go over every single little bit because that would just be extremely boring. And I do apologize. Like always, this first video where it's just kind of like, here's the course, here's the syllabus. It's a little boring. I promise you, most of my videos are not going to be this way, but this is like the nitty gritty stuff that we have got to get out of the way. So here's my information. That's my email address. And actually what I want each and every one of you to do, one, to make sure you've actually watched this video, is I would like each one of you to shoot me an email at honey.denson@mtsu.edu. I highly recommend that you go into your MTSU email. And the reason is a lot of times the school's email, like I teach dual enrollment in Rutherford County, and a lot of times when students try to email me from a Rutherford County schools account, I don't get it. Like there was this one time a student emailed me about an assignment in May, and because of the security measures put up in MTSU to keep people from like stealing your personal information and whatnot, I didn't get the email until June. Like it did not show up in my inbox until June. It was ridiculous. So it's always best if you email me directly from your MTSU account. And just a note on that as well, if you are using your school system's office program to create files or whatnot, if you try to upload those to D2L and MTSU stuff, it won't work. I will not be able to open them. So either type them in a hard copy of Word that's been downloaded on your computer or directly in the text box. This is my personal phone number, and I have it down here. Don't call me past 10 o'clock. I will be in bed. I have a baby and I go to bed pretty early. So I just ask that you use my phone number respectfully. Feel free to contact me using that number anytime between 7 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock at night. If I don't respond to you, I will get back to you as soon as I can. I do have, my daughter is in Siegel High School's marching band, and we have got band competitions and football games and practices and all this other stuff. So I'm running around like a mad woman half the time. But I always get back to my students within a short period of time. So I would like each of you to also just shoot me a text at that number. Just say hi, tell me your name, and so that way I can make sure that all of our lines of communication are open. If you need some extra help, let me know. I am mostly working from home this semester, so if you're really struggling with an assignment, I am more than happy to talk you through it. We could also arrange a Zoom call where I can kind of go over things face to face with you as best we can. Everything's asynchronous online. Here are the course objectives. I'll let you read over those yourself, but basically the whole idea is that we are going to be studying how different forms of literature form our society. And it will be your own personal reflections and you developing an awareness of your own relationship with various texts. So coursework, every week we have weekly reflections. Sometimes we have two, sometimes we just have one. It depends on what we're reading. Like this week we have two. We have weekly discussion posts. There will be 3 projects, poetry project, a literary analysis / criticism, and a final reflection. So we will get into those assignments as the course progresses. So there is no textbook. The textbook was going to cost y'all $117, and you were going to have to try to order it through MTSU. And I was like, okay, that's ridiculous. That's a lot of money, and I'd rather you not spend that much. So we are going to do 2 books. Starfish by Lisa Phipps. We will start that in about 3 weeks. It is a book written in poetry form. But I think you might actually really enjoy it. We're also going to be doing a graphic novel. A lot of you probably read Fahrenheit 451 in high school. I know it's required reading in Rutherford County. I'm not so sure about yours, but we're actually going to be taking a look at the graphic novel just to kind of get that different form of literature. And we're going to be having some discussions on graphic novels' place in literature. So I think you'll really enjoy it. We are going to be reading Othello towards the end of the semester, and I know I will be providing a link for a free text to Othello, but I put in No Fear Shakespeare Othello. So if you go to Amazon, there is it's called No Fear Shakespeare. Like if you put that in the Amazon search engine, it will come up. And what it is it's the modern English translation alongside the Shakespearean language. And so if you would kind of like that more modern language, go for it. If you don't, if you just want to do the free version that's in the Shakespeare language, I'm perfectly cool with that too. It's not required, it's up to you. But Starfish and Fahrenheit 451 are. I don't care how you get them. Now, it has to be for the Fahrenheit 451, it has to be graphic novel by Tim Hamilton. So make sure you do that. I will be posting a picture of that book in D2L, just so that way we can make sure that you get the right book. But we won't be reading that until October, so you have some time. I don't care if you check it out from the library, you get a used version, you get the ebook Kindle version, just as long as you have it by the time we get to those particular things. So I was trying to keep the cost down below like $25 for y'all for this thing. So there's a grading scale, very similar to what you have in high school. We recently changed it in Rutherford County, so I'm getting used to it right now. So grading is going to be really interesting because, I'm going to be not necessarily, basically, if you do most of the assignments, you're going to do well in this class because a lot of it is going to be your interpretations and your reflections on the text. So as long as you're doing it and you are not, if I can go down here to make a note about academic integrity, as long as you're not plagiarizing it, or if I catch you using AI technology. Now, there's nothing wrong with using AI to kind of generate ideas for certain things. But if I can tell that you've just copied and pasted an AI generated text and tried to pass it off as your own, first of all, there's some debate in the academic circles as to whether or not that's actually plagiarism, but I am wanting your thoughts and your opinions. And if I can tell that maybe you didn't write that, I will probably ask you to go back and rewrite it, more than likely. So if you see me saying that, and it could also be not because I think you used an AI generator. It could be because I'll be like, you know what? I think you need to delve a little bit deeper here. I feel like you just kind of scratched the surface and that you need to give me some more information. So just because I might ask you to rewrite one of your reflections doesn't necessarily mean that I think you used AI on it. It might just mean that I'm giving you a second chance to really delve deep into the text in order to get a better grade. I'm always a big fan on revision and allowing students second chances to get a better grade. So it's really, really hard to fail my class. Sometimes I will ask you for revisions, and that's just because I want you to get the best grade possible. If you choose not to do the revisions and to get the grade that's listed, that's up to you. If you're perfectly fine with a B in this class, I'm perfectly fine to give you a B. It is up to you. So there are, just so you know, the course is a little bit fluid. If I feel like we need to spend a little bit more time on something, I might make some changes to the course syllabus and schedule and whatnot. And there's just some information for y'all to read. I do have a course calendar here. Again, subject to change, and it looks overwhelming, and that's just because I have links to everything that we're going to be reading, since I'm providing links instead of doing a more traditional a book with page numbers and whatnot. Just one more note, if we go back here in this content section that we are in, I also have just information like instructor bio. I do have some helpful links, like if any of you have a disability, like my daughter and husband both have ADHD, so they need 504s. If you need some modifications to assignments or whatnot, first of all, let me know in one of the reflections that we're posting this week. I do ask just, hey, information, let me know more about you and whatnot. But do visit MTSU Disability Services and we can get a plan set up for you and all that other good stuff. But also just our tutoring service, Writing Center. Y'all are entitled to Writing Center services and whatnot. But I am looking forward to a great year, semester. As I said, shoot me an email, honey.denson@mtsu.edu, and also send me a quick text at 615-478-9782. And get started on the assignments. And if you have any questions or concerns, just let me know. I'll be glad to help you.